Hello, Read 585. In this screencast, I'm going to be giving you more information about Assignment 2, Part 1, the data table and discussion, which I like to think of as the meat and potatoes for Assignment 2. As a reminder, this part has two pieces, the meat and the potatoes, so the data table and then the explanation of the data table, and together that will be 15% of your grade for this assignment. This information was discussed in the overview screencast, so you may recall this, but what you're going to be doing is accessing various data mining websites in order to compile your data table of summative data information. And in a minute, I will model kind of how to manipulate these sites. You can also go to California Department of Ed's website and find a wealth of information on schools. That's where I'm going to start with my search. Post-secondary schools, there are links on Titanium as well. And then also Sample 3 is geared toward community college, so check that out. So you're going to use these sites, make your data table. It's going to describe your school's population and achievement profile. The template you will need is in the Part 1 folder, and there are also samples there to help you. So once you've done the data mining sites to get the summative assessment data, you also need to find a way to gather formative assessment data from your school if possible. You need to de-identify it, so no student names or ID numbers, and you need to make sure that you have scores from 2 different points in the school year so that you can measure progress over time. So I also have mentioned that I can provide you a sample data set, but it is not as authentic as for you to get real data for your site. So I would encourage you to do that. And then in looking at your formative assessment data, you want to be thinking about these questions in order to write your synthesis. Yes, there's that fake data available. If you are in this boat, though, where you think you are not going to be able to get your hands on some formative assessment data, then please contact me ASAP so we can brainstorm, as this assignment is due relatively quickly. So let's take a look at these data mining sites. We're going to visit California Department of Ed's website, and we need to make sure we have our data table handy. So before we do that, I just want to show you where you can find things on our course website. So in the Assignment 2 Part 1 resources folder, right now I have the overview PowerPoint, the data template, and the grading criteria. I'm also going to be adding those samples as alluded to, so all of that will be in there. And then here are the websites that we will be using, this for SELT data and then this for Smarter Balanced results, and then here are all the websites for community college folks. So here is your data template. You want to input your school's name. I'm going to use Aspire Titan Academy, which is a school near and dear to my heart. I helped open it as a founding educator, as the literacy specialist. It is located in East LA, Huntington Park, California, only 3 square miles. All right, so let's use some of these sites to get the information that we need. So from the Department of Ed website, they recently gave it a little bit of a facelift, so it looks different. But testing and accountability is a good place to know how to get to, because here is where you will see the information for performance on the statewide assessment system, or Smarter Balanced, as well as SELT scores, and then LPAC, which is the successor to the SELT. So that is a good place to know how to get to, as well as the data and statistics site, because here is where you can access DataQuest, which gives you a ton of information we will be using, and then Ed Data. So I'm actually going to start with Ed Data. Click on Ed Data here and do a little search. So my county is going to be Los Angeles. Oops, it is Let me get rid of this here. Okay, county, Los Angeles, district. Los Angeles Unified, and my school, Aspire, Titan Academy, go. All right, so this is going to bring up information about the school and then a bunch of different interactive features. So, here we have the physical address, the date it was opened, the school's website, etc., which, might be a place if you want to get more information or background on the school type, grade span, enrollment here for 2015-16. Charter school, yes. Directly funded. Title I, yes. Year-round calendar, no. All right, so it's looking like here that the 2015-16 data is what we're going to need to use because 2017 isn't available yet. So that is unfortunate, but I'm guessing you guys will be in the same boat. So here for 2015-16, our total enrollment is 328. So that is something I want to input there. When we look at this, we want to view it by grade. So, here we go. We want to view enrollment by grade, and it gives that to me. So 52 first grade, pretty much 52 in K1, 2, 3. So going over here, I will transfer that 52 K1, 2. You may need to right click and do insert row below. Now, when you are reporting your data, raw numbers, raw scores are hard to compare. So we want to be converting these to percentages. So get out my calculator here, 52 over 328 is 16%. So 16% of the school is kindergarten, 16%, and I think I typically set this off by putting it in parentheses. Oops. Okay. So I'm not going to do this completely for you, but you get the idea there of how to locate that. Ethnicity here. We can also change this to enrollment by ethnicity. So if we look at this, we have 324 of 328 are Hispanic Latino. So we have Hispanic Latino. 324. Again, it's hard to tell the magnitude of that number unless you report it as a percentage. So 324 over 328 is 99% essentially. And then it listed 4 students as unreported. So we got to insert row below. We have unreported 4 or 1%. All right, now we're looking for percent of free and reduced lunch. So that is over here. Right now it's giving you the number, which is 311. You can also switch it to percentage, which is 94.8%. So I'll go ahead and input that, 311 or 95% free and reduced lunch. Total language learners. So here we have English learners, percent. We have 50% English language learners. Okay. So basically, you get the idea, and here they even give you English language acquisition status. You're just going to need to spend some time familiarizing yourself with the information provided here. Here we have the, oh, and you know what? I wanted to include the number. So it is 164 students are English language learners. Okay, and then by language. So we saw that was over on the right, a little ways down, languages of English language learners, view by language, view data table. So 164, everybody is Spanish speaking there. So we have Spanish, 164, or 100% of our language learners are Spanish speaking. So you're also going to look for average class size by grade, information about the school staff and personnel. Sorry about that. So on the tab up here is a staff demographics tab. So this tells you about the teachers, the teacher to student ratio, average teaching experience, first and second year teachers, all kinds of good stuff. So take a look at that. And then I want to go back and show you DataQuest, because this is where you can look to get the comp data for the district and the state. So you select district, and let's say we want, what are we looking for? Enrollment. Okay, first thing we want to do is look at how many. So Los Angeles, how many students are enrolled by ethnicity and grade. Submit, that'll pull that up. You can also do this at the state level, look at, percent English language learners, languages spoken. But you can also get more information about the school. If you're not seeing something on the Ed data page, you can also look here. It's going to tell you all these different things here, like CELT for the school level. All right, so let's go back to the data template. So I've shown you how to pull up these pieces of data, convert them to percentages, how to look for district information and state information. Do want to show you smarter balanced results and how to get that. So if you want to just go to our course website, and you can just click there for smarter balanced results. We want to go here, search smarter balanced results. And we want to find our specific school in Los Angeles County. They're actually a direct funded charter school, so they're going to be their own district essentially, which is a little confusing to me at first, but there it is. Okay. All right, it looks like 2016 data is the most current, so not 2017 yet. And here is our overall achievement level. So we have 16% of students have exceeded. So 16% has exceeded. We have 27% met. And when I do my write-up, I like to include these two percentages together to represent the percentage of students who are currently proficient, because whether they exceeded or met isn't really as important as what percentage of the school has, is proficient currently per this, state assessment. And then for the sake of completing this, we have 21% nearly met and 35% did not meet. So 21% nearly met and 35% did not meet. So that is right there, a large percent of students that did not meet. So I want to look and see, it's looking like fourth grade in particular, had the most students who did not meet. So I kind of want to explore those results and think and look at, subgroups. So up here, you can change your filter and look at, disability status and how, students with learning disabilities compared to non-learning disabled. You can look at economic status. You can look by English language fluency, by ethnicity, etc. So those are things you are also going to report in your data template. So after you give the breakdown, and again, we're just looking at ELA since we are concerned with developing a plan for literacy intervention and professional learning for staff. So just report ELA results, but for each grade, students with disabilities compared to students with no disability, economically disadvantaged compared to not economically disadvantaged, results by English language fluency, results by ethnicity, results by gender. This is going to help you to pinpoint your focus group of students for part 3 of this assignment. So that is how to use these data mining sites. Again, it just takes some, getting familiar with them, learning how to manipulate them, kind of doing some creative exploring of those sites. So do the best you can with those so you can get school, district, state information. And then you're also going to input your formative assessment information, and you don't need to report district or state for that, so you can just merge those cells so you have more space to input your formative assessment data. So, all right, good luck with this. And I think I had one more slide for you after that, talking about synthesis as a reminder that once you've done your data table, you need to go back and then describe in words, what's notable and significant about the data you pulled. So kind of how, as I was doing this, I noticed, we had as a school a significant percentage of students who did not meet. Is there a grade level that stands out? Even, drilling down even more to see maybe what is going on in that grade level. Maybe because grade 4 was an area of concern, I'm going to look at their formative assessment data and see what that shows. And if I'm using 2015-16 summative data, then it might be good to, if I'm concerned about those fourth graders in 2015-16, I either need to look at them as fifth graders in 2016-17, or I need to, compare how they did in fourth grade and look at those formative assessment data. So just be careful that, if you've decided this is my focus group, think about what year of summative data you're looking at. And then, they're going to be the grade level up in the new school year. So little note on that. So, all right, good luck to you as you do your data table, and let me know if you have any questions.